Hey guys, it's Juanita Coley here. Listen, I was coming to talk to you this morning really quickly about revenue versus cash flow. You can be a profitable business and still go out of business because you have a cash flow problem. I was recently talking to a small business, a startup, the other day, and they were saying, well, they're about 3 years in, and they were saying, man, we're profitable, we have these invoices out, we get, business that's coming in, but I'm struggling to pay payroll or operational bills weekly, and I immediately said, you're having a cash flow issue. So you can be profitable, and this is a common myth when you go out of business is because you're not making money. That's not the case all the time. You can be profitable and still go out of the business, and most times that's because you have a cash flow challenge. So let me break this down of what that looks like. You can easily have $100,000 of invoices out, but because your operating expenses, let's call it your payroll is due today, and your payroll is $10,000 or $20,000, but you only have $5,000 in your account, cash in your account right now. Even though you have $100,000 in invoices out, what do? People got to get paid. Or say your operations, your rent is due today, and it's $5,000, $10,000. You have $5,000 in your account, cash today. What do? Well, this is a cash flow problem, and this is why people go out of business and when they're profitable. So how would I advise you to deal with this? This raised hairs when I heard them say this, because I was like, I know this challenge all too well, very well, in fact. And so 3 things I would tell you to do. 1, deal with the expenses. You have to reduce expenses and increase income that's coming in. And when I say increase income and decrease expenses, I mean slow them down. So you have to slow down the rate of which your expenses are going out. Okay, so negotiate better terms, right? Like, hey, we'll pay you net 45, we'll pay you net 30 or whatever. So instead of the bill being due right away, it's due in net 30. And then you have to accelerate the cash that's coming in. Instead of having net 30 terms or net 45 terms, you need to have net 50 terms or due on receipt terms. You have to have those type of terms. So slow expenses going out, accelerate cash coming in. That will help. Another thing that you can do is build in, this is more long-term, is build in, change structure of the business where you build in MRR. MRR is monthly reoccurring revenue. So this can look like subscription boxes. This can look like things that you consult on or that you serve where people are paying you a monthly reoccurring fee for a service or a product. What this does, if you get your MRR up to what your minimum operations and payroll costs are, then regardless of what is going out or what is happening, you have that monthly reoccurring revenue that you can depend on regardless of what your contracts are, right? Like, so what those one-time services and one-time fees are. So what does this look like for real, like in real life? This looks like I said, if you're in a restaurant industry, maybe having a subscription box, or if you're in service industry, having a subscription box. If you're a consulting practice, maybe having a service where people pay a retainer fee for your service. So this could look like many different things where it's a monthly fee that they pay you. This is gyms, right? Gyms have this monthly fee that they pay regardless of whether you come into the gym or not. So again, they have monthly reoccurring revenue that they know that they can depend on, and unless people cancel those services, again, you have that monthly reoccurring revenue. It's called MRR. The 3rd thing that I would do is start to build my cash reserve. So for every time you get paid, right, you need to start taking out a bit of revenue for your cash reserve account so that your cash reserves are 3 to 6 months or 12 months. And if you're really doing good, right, you have built up cash reserves, what corporate companies call run rates, right? You've built a run rate that you can sustain in business for 60 months without making a sale. So typically when you see corporations start to do layoffs, it's because they're trying to protect their run rate. Like, hey, we always have to stay at this minimum amount of cash reserve, because if we don't, we are going to start eating into the amount of time that we can operate without bringing in new revenue. So those are your 3 things, right? Deal with slow expenses. So slow the expenses, accelerate the cash that's coming in. You can build an MRR program into your product line or service line. And then also, last but definitely certainly not least, you need to deal with cash reserve. So I hope this was helpful. It's a question or it's a common myth that, again, if you're profitable, you shouldn't be going out of business. And that is not the case. We had done 7 figures and we are on the verge of going out of business, and that was because we had a cash flow problem. And so I know this problem all too well. I could tell you about it all day, but I wanted to drop that nugget on you. If you're in that situation, those are the 3 things that I would work on immediately.